Hey, sup YouTubers, Survivorgirl, life vlog here, and you know me, always trying to find that pearl in the oyster, and I want people to understand when I first started my YouTube channel, like really started it, thinking about a content. It happened to be around kind of like the George Floyd times, and so I decided I would pick just, a random time and tell a story, a random month. And then just tell each story of each person, their race, their age, the state, and the circumstances surrounding an officer involved shooting. And like in a neutral way. And sometimes it's suicide by cop. I mean, there are so many different circumstances that it really was like a full-time job researching these things and these videos. It was so interesting, but it literally, one time I remember I watched a Kendall Ray. She's very popular. She's very famous. She does a lot of crime stuff on YouTube, and this is after I had realized and stopped what I was doing, the content I was doing, and it was because of this. But it was a Q&A with Kendall Ray. If anybody's ever watched her and knows who she is, she's good. And she was telling a story in a video, not the Q&A video, but in the, in another video, just whatever. And she stopped the video. She said she had to get up and throw up. And so on the Q&A, people were asking her if she was pregnant. And she said no. She said sometimes you're doing these stories, and when you are investigating that deeply, and I would investigate deeply. I mean, when I tell you that I check, recheck, check every fact, everything, I would. I mean, I have a notebook. It was filled, I was putting a lot of time and energy into my content of the officer-involved shootings. Mind you, very biased, not either side, just telling the stories. But I would get sick. And then the last final one was like a Charles Landeros, and it was actually a January 2019. I decided I would go from that year. Because it wasn't, taking the hook. People were sick of seeing my cats and my dogs, and then I tried with the editing programs, but people still didn't watch that content. So and Charles Anderos, I could never get the story out of my mouth. It made me so sick. So sick. The qualified immunity doctrine is the most nauseating thing I've ever read. If you care about anything, and if you care about me, and if I do happen to, God forbid, not make it through this battle, let me at least make a difference with this. Because I think now you're all, one good positive thing is that, yeah, I went into this hoping to become a success on YouTube, but not for what my videos that get the most views are for. I never wish anybody to be a success on being bullied. But listen, there's a story I always remember. It's called Starfish. And it's about this girl, and she's running along the beach. It's low tide, and all these starfish are, like on the shore, on the beach, not in the water. And she's running along, and there's thousands of them, and she's trying to throw them in the water. And this person comes and says, "What are you doing? Don't you know that it only takes a very short amount of time for starfish to be out of the water, before they die. There's hundreds of them or thousands of them. You'll be lucky if you can save just one. And she said, yeah, but if I can save just one. That's something that stays in my head. It's one of those stories. And I know I'm deep. Some people, they probably don't even listen to my life vlogs. But for the ones that do, if I could just make one difference. I don't want to be just the girl that got cyberbullied. So if you don't mind, watch my old stuff. The stuff that meant stuff to me. You guys all know my cats and my dog by now. And you don't mind them. Back then, people minded my dog, my cats in the video all the time. But Tucker, he was always so dependent. I mean, independent. I could depend on him. Like if one of the other ones wouldn't be in the video, Tucker would. And if you like Tucker, just watch the videos. Because I put a lot of time and energy and actually physical and mental well-being into them. It would do me a favor if I could just save one. Thank you guys. I love you. Let's turn a negative into a positive, okay? Peace, love, and tacos.